Hello YouTube, welcome back. After last week I thought it'd be rude not to make another video. Everyone was so warm and welcoming, and I was kind of surprised that there was that many people who even watched after such a big gap. And I thought, well, what can I make a video on this week? Sure, why not? Do a bit of a recap of summer pickups and whatnot, because people used to like those videos and I haven't made one in ages. Now, if you have been watching Twitter, you don't watch really Twitter. If you've been following me on Twitter, you'll have seen some of this stuff, but anyway, I may as well talk a little bit about them. So, this is going to be my kind of summer highlights pickups video. So, I'm going to start with probably my favourite highlight of the bunch. I couldn't believe it when I seen this, given a market value and whatnot these days. And that is, I got this, I got a bundle, a system, a game, and all the kind of hookups, if you will. And then I got actually a few other bits that weren't related to the system. I got a couple of Master System controllers and a Sega Power Supply, and I was kind of like, oh, what are these? And I was talking to you, and I was like, do you have any more? But no, they didn't. So either it was somewhere in their attic still, or whatever. But yeah, so I got this at the car boot for €10. And it is a SNES. Now it's a bit yellowed, and it came with Mario World, which, believe it or not, I don't have Mario World. Now, ideally I'd like a box copy. This came loose, but it works fine. So, it's good working NES. My SNES was actually having a few problems, so I was glad to be able to hook this up. And of course, I put this on to try it, Super Mario World. I just had to play straight through. So I did that as part of the Ninja Bear Hug 52 game challenge. I loved it, but this was my favourite pickup because I needed to replace one of the components from my SNES, and I don't really expect to see something like this at a car boot. And when she said €10, it was like, sold, because you're not going to pick up a SNES for that these days here. So, top pickup for me. And kind of following on that theme, we may as well make it a Nintendo-y, and my second favourite pickup, some would probably say it was a better pickup, I don't know, in some ways it is. It came as part of a bigger bundle, so the price is a little offset by that. And it's my most recent Twitter pickup, if anyone has seen that. And it is another Nintendo system. Again, I had a problem with my current one, so I was really chuffed to pick it up. And it is a NES. And I got this with a bunch of other stuff for €16. So again, a good price, and amazingly works straight off. No problem with the 52-pin or 72-pin connector, which is what mine is given issue with now. And inside there was what's that? Little Nemo's Dream Master, or let's see this. Yeah, Nemo, the little Dream Master. So actually, I will put that back in. Save the pins. Which actually, I played the first level just to try it out. It seems like a good game. I'm gonna give that more time when I get a chance. But yeah, it came with all the. I think it came with one or two controllers. I can't remember. Power supply, all the usual stuff. And of course, top tip: always check the inside of a NES, because you never know if there's going to be a game in there. There was, but beyond that, I thought she was only selling the system because there was no power supply or anything like that. So I said to her, do you have like the rest of it? Oh yeah, we have everything. So she took out another box which had, the power supply, the controllers and whatnot. And it also had this game inside it. A boxed copy of Super Mario Bros. 3. I had a loose copy, but definitely happy to get a box one. It's missing the manual and the styrofoam. What was it with Nintendo and needing styrofoam? How stupid is this packaging? But yeah, the cart's in top condition, other than a bit of a sticker on it that I could come off. And it does have the sleeves in here. Yeah, Nintendo sleeve. Which I can kind of understand, when you have the manual slipping in the sleeve and the cart like that, why people discarded these cardboard boxes. It's no wonder it's so difficult to get them now. But to me, Super Mario Bros. 3 is one of the most iconic SNES boxes. Just the artwork of Mario in the raccoon suit, or well, the Tanuki leaf, whatever. It's it's just always been iconic to me. And I played it at a friend's house, and he had the box, so I do remember even the font, like Super Mario Bros. 3 with the three images one. It just was so vivid to me. So I was delighted to pick this up box. I mean, for the price as well, it was a no-brainer. And it also, for whatever reason, had the instructions for the system, which is just as well. I would have never figured out how to put it together. Oh, thank God. Now I can finally play my NES. But yeah, it's a pity they didn't have the real box or whatever. And I'd imagine they must have had more games. Now, they didn't sell any more that day. They said to me, that's all they had. Well, that and this other few bits that I'll show you in a minute. They had a couple of Wii games, which is actually how I spotted the stall. And I kind of passed them by. I wasn't really interested in the titles. And I have, this year it's been trying to focus more on, am I actually interested in the game? Not just picking it up because it's cheap or because it's there, whatever. So it's been, like, in this case it was a bundle, so I took it all. I wouldn't have taken everything otherwise, but, you know, that's kind of, I was literally just turned away from the stall and said, oh, hang on. Was that a NES? It was. You know, dig through it. But yeah, I also had these, all these box games. So, these are box PC games. I don't know too much about some of them, but they're pretty much all complete. I'm not going to go through them all. We have Flip Out. I love big box PC games, even though they're a nightmare to store. We have Atmosphere, the Third Dimension. Why did I think this was an interesting one? No clue. It's a 2-disc game. It's got all the bump in there, but I don't know. Something was making me think there was a reason why I should open that one. Less interesting, I guess, from game perspective. It's Morph Artists, where you can morph your tiger into a kitty cat, and I'm sure other things. Yeah, grand. I guess one I wouldn't have picked up if it wasn't part of the bundle, but anyway. So then we have The Feeble Files. It's missing the free Feeble mouse mat, but sure, how and ever. We have Dark Earth. Don't know anything about that. Actually, I have this upside down. There we go. Much better. For me, it was upside down because it was the back that was upside down. For the camera, I was probably going, you're just wasting time. And the game I actually was quite interested in playing, and I have had this on my kind of look out for list for ages, and that's Phantasmagoria. It's one of those early FMV CD games. It's actually on like 7 discs or something crazy. It was by Sierra, so it had their kind of prestige to a certain degree, and it has a lot of controversy around it because it's all about, I think, the 7 deadly sins, and you characters die in it based on those, and a bit of an uproar over kind of, because it was in the same period as Mortal Kombat and violence in video games and yada yada yada. But it's not meant to be remarkable, but at the same stage it's kind of like meant to be an interesting experience. So I've had my eye out for ages, and yeah, when I seen that as well, I was like, yeah, that's not too bad a bundle. Certainly better than Morphing Artist. And a few other bits. These were kind of just sitting there somewhere. We got Worms 2, Lemmings. That's the first 2 Lemmings games, I think. Can't beat a bit of Lemmings. Some just kind of like Tomb Raider Gold disc and a Bug's Life disc and whatever this is, some tools for Windows that are probably so out of date. Soft Key Mystic. Ooh, this one's good. Astrologer, tarot cards, and palmistry. Now we're hitting the good stuff. You can see now I put up the NES and the SNES first because I wanted to hold the good stuff back. Worms 2 manual. So it must have been a bigger box, but they didn't have the box. And probably the best or most interesting one is the kind of, I assume this is the sequel to Phantasmagoria. It's got like Phantasmagoria, A Puzzle of Flesh. So it's got all, I think it's all the discs. It's certainly got like 5 discs. So it's quite a lot of discs. I'm hoping they're all complete. They're all in there. Whether or not there was more or not, I don't know. And then Sierra Classics Shivers. So all told, that was the whole bundle. €16 for a NES, 2 games, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, however many PC games. Oop, I just moved the camera. Move it back. There we go, on the fly directing there with myself. So that's why I said maybe that's the best deal, because there was quite a bundle there too. And but anyway, they were the type of things where that's why you go to a car boot. It's not to be quoted eBay prices. It's to get a deal. And for €26, 2 consoles and a bunch of games, like, practically made my summer car boot wise, because there wasn't that much other than that really. Lots of little bits, but anyway. Next up, more modern stuff. I got this for €2, and it is Bioshock Infinite. Enjoyed the first Bioshock, but it kind of made me seasick. I didn't mean that as a pun, but hey, it made me seasick. Actually made me motion sick. But I like the premise, and I want to try this out when I get a chance, and hopefully it won't make me airsick. This was then $2.50, Civilizations 4. It's the kind of big edition with the big manual, and it's got its map and stuff in there too. Love these games. They are just like crack cocaine to me. It's like I put this on and I just couldn't stop playing. In the end, I had to say no more. Have to put this aside because I could just spend forever playing those. Same with Age of Empires, things like that. I could just play forever. But a couple more then. These are from the charity shops. All those others were from car boots. Sorry, that was €2 as well, I think. This one was from a charity shop, and it was either 50 cent or euro. It's Destruction Derby 2 on the PS1. Now, for 50 cent, like it's basically a box because there's no manual or anything, and a platinum copy of Destruction Derby 2, so not that remarkable. But it also had a copy of Mega Man Legends in there too, so can't go wrong for 50 cent for the two of them. And it's actually got a decent box, so I'd probably put that with another game which has got a broken box. And then finally, another charity shop find, and this would have been €2, and it is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes on the GameCube. Now it's missing its manual, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's got the registration card and all the other stuff, and both discs are there. But I didn't notice it at the time, and I probably should have given the words under there 2 diskettes or discs or whatever. But basically, when I flipped over the back and read it at home, it was because as soon as I seen it, I was like, Metal Gear Solid, gee, that goes for something like 40 or 50 quid, I think. So I opened it up and the discs were there, and I was like, sold. I didn't care if it was missing manual for €2. I'm taking it. Got it home and then realised, it's the French version. Oops. But thankfully on the back it has screen text in English. So this is a tricky game to get. At €2, I'm happy that I've got that, And Metal Gear Solid, the first one, is a classic, and that's a remaster. So there we go. They were my highlights for the summer of 2014. There were a few other bits, and maybe I'll show them at some other point if I can be bothered, or if I can dig through the stuff that's been put away or whatnot. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share and whatnot. If you want to see other pickups, though, I would probably say follow me on Twitter, because I'm more likely to post there. Not that I post that much of those things, because there hasn't been that much. But in fact, all told, did that even come up to €30? About €30 was all that stuff. That was pretty good, in my book. So yeah, good summer. Anyway, bye for now.